What if you could reduce pain, prevent injuries, and feel better every single day with just 10 to 15 minutes of simple movements? What if the secret to lifelong flexibility and freedom of movement has been hiding in plain sight for over 45 years? Bob Anderson first self-published stretching in 1975 with his wife Jean in their Southern California garage. The book was later published by Shelter Publications in 1984 general distribution. Today, this book has sold more than 3.75 million copies worldwide and has been translated into 24 languages. Medical professionals, trainers, and everyday people swear by it. This book matters because modern life is making our bodies tighter and less mobile. We sit for hours at desks, stare at screens, and move less than any generation in human history. The result is chronic pain, limited range of motion, and bodies that feel decades older than they should. Anderson offers a simple solution. Stretch regularly, stretch properly, and transform how your body feels. His approach is not about becoming a contortionist or achieving extreme flexibility. It is about feeling good in your body, moving freely, and preventing the injuries that sideline millions of people every year. The power of going with the feel of the stretch. Anderson built his entire philosophy around one simple principle: go with the feel of the stretch. This means no bouncing, no forcing, no pain. You stretch to a point of mild tension, hold it comfortably, and breathe. This approach revolutionized stretching because most people were doing it wrong, bouncing aggressively, and pushing into pain, which actually increases injury risk and triggers the stretch reflex that makes muscles contract protectively. The technique involves two phases: the easy stretch and the developmental stretch. Start with an easy stretch, holding for 5 to 15 seconds until you feel mild tension. Breathe slowly and deeply. The tension should diminish as you hold the position. If it does not, ease off slightly. This easy stretch reduces the activity of nervous reflexes that oppose the stretch and prepares the muscle for deeper work. After the easy stretch, move slightly deeper into the stretch until you feel mild tension again. Hold this developmental stretch for 10 to 30 seconds, though some stretches can be held for 30 to 60 seconds for maximum benefit. Again, the tension should diminish or stay constant. If tension increases, you have gone too far. A runner prepares for a morning jog. Instead of bouncing through hurried stretches, they lean against a wall for a calf stretch. They find the point where their calf feels pleasantly stretched, not painful. They hold it, breathing naturally, for 10 seconds. The initial tension fades. They move slightly deeper, finding a new point of comfortable tension, and hold for another 20 seconds. When they start running, their calves feel warm, loose, and ready. They avoid the pulled muscle that could have sidelined them for weeks. Research from Harvard Medical School confirms that stretching keeps muscles flexible, strong, and healthy, which is essential for maintaining range of motion in joints. Without regular stretching, muscles shorten and become tight. When these tight muscles are suddenly called on for activity, they cannot extend fully, increasing risk for joint pain, strains, and muscle damage. Dr. Brad Walker, known as the Stretch Coach, has documented how consistent stretching over time improves range of motion, reduces muscle tension, and helps prevent injuries when combined with proper warm-up and overall fitness. Understanding how stretching actually works. When you stretch a muscle, you are lengthening the muscle fibers and the connective tissue surrounding them. The stretch reflex is your body protective mechanism. When a muscle is stretched too quickly or too far, special receptors called muscle spindles detect the change and signal the muscle to contract protectively. This is why bouncing during stretches is counterproductive. It triggers the exact opposite response from what you want. Static stretching, which Anderson advocates, involves slowly elongating the muscle to a point of mild tension and holding that position. This gradual approach allows the muscle spindles to adjust without triggering the stretch reflex. Over time, consistent static stretching increases the length at which the stretch reflex activates, effectively increasing your flexibility. the Golgi tendon organs, located where muscles connect to tendons, also play a role by sensing tension and signaling muscles to relax when held in a stretched position for an extended period. Anderson emphasizes that flexibility improves gradually. You cannot force it. Someone who has not stretched in years cannot expect to touch their toes on day one. The muscle tissue has adapted to shortened positions. It takes weeks and months of consistent stretching to retrain the muscles and increase flexibility. But the investment pays enormous dividends. Greater flexibility means easier movement, less pain, better posture, and reduced injury risk. An office worker realizes they can barely turn their head to check their blind spot while driving. Years of desk work have tightened their neck and shoulder muscles. They start Anderson neck stretches, gently tilting their head to each side, holding for 20 seconds, twice daily. The first week, the stretches feel tight and uncomfortable, though never painful. By week 3, they notice their range of motion increasing. After 2 months, they can easily check blind spots, and the tension headaches that plagued them have disappeared. The transformation happened slowly, but the results are life-changing. Stretching for different activities and sports. Anderson organized the book brilliantly by providing sport-specific stretching routines. He understands that a cyclist needs different stretches than a swimmer, and a gardener has different needs than a basketball player. Each activity uses muscles in specific ways, creating particular patterns of tightness. Targeted stretching addresses these patterns, improving performance and preventing injuries common to each activity. For runners, Anderson emphasizes stretches for the hamstrings, quadriceps, calves, and hip flexors. These muscle groups take the brunt of repetitive impact and can become chronically tight. For cyclists, he focuses on the lower back, hip flexors, and quadriceps, which bear extended periods in a flexed position. For tennis players, he adds shoulder, chest, and arm stretches to complement the lower body work. Research published in the Sports Medicine Journal confirms that sports involving bouncing and jumping activities with high-intensity stretch shortening cycles, such as soccer and football, benefit from stretching programs that increase muscle tendon unit compliance. This allows better storage and release of elastic energy, enhancing performance. In contrast, activities with low-intensity stretch shortening cycles, like cycling and swimming, show less dramatic benefits from stretching alone, though flexibility still contributes to overall comfort and injury prevention. A weekend tennis player suffers from chronic shoulder pain. They never stretch before playing, jumping straight from their desk job to the court. Anderson tennis-specific routine includes shoulder rolls, arm circles, and gentle cross-body arm stretches. After incorporating this 10-minute routine before each match, the shoulder pain gradually resolves. Their serve improves because their shoulder has full range of motion. They play longer and recover faster because their muscles are prepared for the demands of the game. The everyday stretches that transform daily life. Anderson devotes significant attention to stretches anyone can do, anywhere, anytime. These are not athletic stretches requiring gym clothes and floor space. They are simple movements you can do at your desk, while watching television, or during brief breaks throughout the day. He calls them spontaneous stretches, and they counteract the damage of sedentary modern life. The book includes stretches for the neck, shoulders, arms, wrists, back, and legs that can be performed while sitting or standing. A simple example: while sitting at a desk, interlace your fingers and push your arms straight out in front of you. Palms facing away, feeling a stretch across your upper back and shoulders. Hold for 15 seconds. Repeat a few times throughout the day. This counteracts the forward hunched position most people maintain for hours. The 40th anniversary edition added a section called Stretches for the Digital World, addressing tech neck and the specific problems caused by smartphone and computer use. Anderson recognized that modern technology creates new patterns of muscle tension. Looking down at phones for hours shortens the muscles in the front of the neck and overstretches the muscles in the back, causing pain, headaches, and poor posture. A software developer spends 10 hours daily at a computer. By afternoon, their upper back burns with tension and their wrists ache. They discover Anderson desk stretches. Every hour, they stand, reach their arms overhead, lean gently side to side, and roll their shoulders backward. They do wrist circles and finger stretches. These micro breaks take 90 seconds each. After 2 weeks, the burning tension is gone. After a month, they realize they are working more productively because they feel better. The small investment in stretching pays back in comfort and efficiency. The critical difference between stretching and warming up. Anderson addresses a common confusion. Stretching is not a warm-up. Stretching cold muscles can cause injury. A proper warm-up involves light aerobic activity that increases blood flow, raises muscle temperature, and prepares the cardiovascular system for exercise. Walking, light jogging, cycling, or jumping jacks for 3 to 5 minutes are effective warm-ups. After warming up, you stretch. The warm muscles respond better to stretching. Blood flow has increased, delivering oxygen and nutrients. The muscle temperature is higher, making the tissue more pliable. This is why you can stretch further after warming up than when muscles are cold. Post-workout stretching is equally important. After exercise, muscles are warm, and stretching helps prevent the tightness that develops as muscles cool down and recover. Research shows that the relationship between stretching and injury prevention is nuanced. A systematic review in the Clinical Journal of Sport Medicine found that stretching alone does not dramatically reduce overall injury rates. However, when combined with proper warm-up and overall fitness, stretching contributes to injury prevention, particularly for activities involving explosive movements. The key is understanding that stretching is one component of injury prevention, not a magic solution. A basketball player rushes onto the court and immediately starts shooting without any preparation. Mid-game, they land awkwardly and pull their hamstring. They miss 3 weeks of play. When they return, they implement Anderson advice: 5 minutes of light jogging to warm up, 10 minutes of leg stretches, then practice. They also stretch for 10 minutes after each game. Throughout the entire season, they have no further injuries. The hamstring that plagued them becomes a non-issue because they prepared their body properly. Stretching for pain relief and rehabilitation. Anderson provides specific routines for common pain problems: lower back pain, knee pain, neck and shoulder tension, and general muscle soreness. He approaches pain with compassion and practicality, acknowledging that many people come to stretching because they hurt, not because they are athletic. The stretches for pain relief are gentle, accessible, and effective when practiced consistently. For lower back pain, Anderson recommends stretches that gently elongate the spine, release tight hip flexors, and strengthen the abdominal muscles that support the back. The neat, chest stretch, gentle spinal twists, and forward bends provide relief for many people. For neck pain, slow, controlled movements that stretch the neck in all directions, combined with shoulder stretches that release upper back tension, often reduce or eliminate pain. Research confirms that stretching plays a valuable role in rehabilitation. When recovering from injury, gentle stretching maintains range of motion, prevents excessive scar tissue formation, and helps restore normal movement patterns. The key is progressing gradually, respecting pain as a signal to back off, and working within comfortable ranges of motion. As healing progresses, stretching can gradually become more intensive. A construction worker develops chronic lower back pain after years of heavy lifting. The pain limits everything: work, play with their kids, even sleep. Their doctor recommends physical therapy, which includes Anderson back stretches. Every morning and evening, they spend 10 minutes doing the prescribed stretches: gentle knee to chest, spinal twists, and hamstring stretches. Progress is slow at first. After 3 weeks, the morning stiffness eases. After 2 months, the constant ache is gone. After 4 months, they are back to full work duty, pain-free, and committed to their twice-daily stretching routine because they never want to experience that pain again. The mind-body connection in stretching. Anderson emphasizes that stretching is not just physical, 'Tis a meditative practice that calms the mind, reduces stress, and helps you connect with your body. When you stretch mindfully, paying attention to the sensations in your muscles, breathing deeply and slowly, you activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which promotes relaxation and reduces cortisol levels. The breathing component is critical. Many people hold their breath while stretching, which increases tension and works against the stretch. Anderson repeatedly reminds readers to breathe naturally and deeply. Exhaling as you move into a stretch helps release tension. Continuing to breathe steadily while holding the stretch keeps you relaxed and allows the muscle to lengthen more effectively. Stretching before bed is particularly beneficial. The gentle movements release accumulated tension from the day. The breathing calms the nervous system and the mind quiets. Many people find that 5 to 10 minutes of gentle stretching before sleep improves sleep quality dramatically. They fall asleep faster, sleep more deeply, and wake feeling more rested. A person struggles with anxiety and poor sleep. Their mind races at night, and their body feels chronically tense. They start a bedtime stretching routine from Anderson book, gentle neck rolls, seated forward fold, lying spinal twists, and legs up the wall. They focus on breathing slowly throughout. The first night, their mind still races, but their body feels more relaxed. By the second week, they notice they are falling asleep faster. By the first month, their sleep quality has improved dramatically, and their daytime anxiety has decreased. The stretching routine becomes a sacred evening ritual they never skip, building a sustainable stretching practice. Anderson addresses the biggest challenge: consistency. People start with enthusiasm, stretch daily for a week, then life gets busy, and the habit disappears. He encourages starting small. Even 5 minutes daily is better than 30 minutes once a week. He provides abbreviated versions of each routine for people in a hurry, acknowledging that perfection is the enemy of progress. The key is making stretching convenient. Keep the book somewhere visible. Stretch during activities you already do daily, while watching television, after showering, during phone calls, while waiting for coffee to brew. Anderson emphasizes that stretching should never feel like punishment or obligation. If you approach it with resentment, you will not stick with it. Find stretches you enjoy that make you feel good and do those. As the habit solidifies, you can expand your routine. He also recommends tracking progress, not through numbers, but through how you feel. Notice when you can reach further, when movements that felt tight become easy, when pain diminishes, when activities you avoided become possible again. These qualitative improvements are powerful motivators that keep you engaged with the practice long term. A busy parent realizes they never have time for lengthy exercise routines. They commit to just 3 stretches every morning while their coffee brews: a standing forward fold, a chest opener, and a side stretch. 5 minutes every single day. Some mornings they add more, but they never skip the basic 3. After 3 months, these stretches are as automatic as brushing their teeth. They feel more limber, have less back pain, and have started adding evening stretches because the morning routine feels so good. The small start built into a lasting practice. Your challenge. You now understand the principles, the techniques, and the enormous benefits of regular stretching. The question is whether you will act. Anderson spent decades teaching millions of people that stretching is simple, accessible, and transformative. You do not need special equipment, expensive classes, or hours of free time. You need 10 to 15 minutes, a basic understanding of how to stretch properly, and consistency. Your challenge is this: choose 3 stretches from Anderson book that address your biggest area of tightness. Maybe it is your hamstrings, your neck, your hips, or your shoulders. Commit to doing those 3 stretches every day for 30 days. Set a specific time: first thing in the morning, during your lunch break, or before bed. Track your progress, not with measurements, but with how you feel. Notice the subtle shifts in flexibility, comfort, and ease of movement. Stretching is one of the simplest and most effective things you can do for your body. It requires no money, no gym membership, no fancy equipment. It just requires a few minutes and the willingness to move your body gently and mindfully. The return on investment is extraordinary. Less pain, more freedom, better sleep, reduced stress, and a body that feels years younger. Anderson has given you the roadmap. Now you have to take the first step. Thank you for watching. If this video inspired you to start stretching and transform how your body feels, subscribe to our channel for more life-changing book summaries. Visit our channel for more books on health, fitness, and living pain-free. Your body is designed to move freely. Stretching helps you remember that. Start today.